Hey everybody, I'd just like to jump in here at the start of this video. At first I wasn't sure if I wanted to post much chainsaw content on YouTube. There's been a lot of, competitive or combative nature or attitudes about who builds better saws, and I didn't want to get into that whole controversy, but I figured at this point, you know what the hell, I might as well jump in the fray and post whatever I feel like I want to post on chainsaws, whether it's an opinion, an actual job that I'm doing or fixing or building. But this is some older footage back from about 6 months ago. It's still definitely relevant. It was earlier in the summer. We're now middle of winter. It's about this little Jonsered CS2156 when it first came to me. It's a saw that I've been looking for a very long time. Very glad that I found it, and I hope you folks enjoyed. It's an unboxing video, and of me being quite pleased that I got the saw, and I'm still pleased that I got the saw. Like I say, me doing the unboxing and an initial fire up of the saw, and there's another one coming up here shortly on it of me doing some of the little oddball repairs that it needed and getting it into service. And of course there'll be some videos down the road of me taking and running this saw out in the woods, and I got plenty more content coming up on saws, so I hope you all stick around, and I hope many of you enjoy it. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Well, today we're going to be doing another Saw Talk series here. I'm pretty excited here. I found a saw that I've been looking for probably like the last 12 years. It's been a chainsaw that's eluded me. I was supposed to buy this model brand new 15 years ago when they were on the market. Due to a series of circumstances, from order delays to my local dealer. When I went to order one time, he was I don't remember, he was sick or something with the flu, and he wasn't able to help me for a few days. So then I delayed. I didn't get around to it. Put it off. When I got back to it, to my chagrin, I found out that I guess it was just at the end of the Jonsered Husqvarna's production run of that model of saw. So I thought, oh well, no big deal. I'll pick up a good used one when they come up, because they had sold lots of this model. As it turns out, they were very popular. Everybody hung on to them, and I have not been able to get one since. I've had several close almost deals, but nothing panned out. Every time somebody would put one for sale, the odd time. I've only found like 3 saws in the last 10 years, and each time was like some dumb, weird twist of fate that I'd miss out on the deal. So finally, I found one. I'm very happy that I finally got this one. It's not in mint shape or whatever that I was told that. Came to me from halfway across North America. Whatever, I made a deal on it, got it. It's here now. So anyways, we're gonna get into an unboxing. I haven't even opened this box. I don't know what to expect. So I do know I'll have to fix a few little things on it. So I'm sure there'll be more things, but I'm glad I just got the base saw, and well, anyways, we're gonna get into it. Here we go. So we're going to do an unboxing of sorts here, if this camera stand will behave itself. So anyways, let's see what we got here. The worst thing I've seen people do over the years is they literally don't properly pack these things. We'll get right into it here. the bar. Man, they even packed that separately. Did a really good job. This is how it should. Lots of paper, lots of cardboard. Even some chunks of styrofoam. More paper. Old packing lists. More paper. More styrofoam. Now this is how you should pack a saw. Saw chain. More paper. Box has all been double lined with extra cardboard, which is important because a lot of saws, if you just send them with the single ply box, and if you don't take the bucking spike off them, they'll poke through or get hit and break the crankcase on the saw. That's happened to a lot of people that I know that ship saws. So more paper. Okay, well, what we have here is my long sought after saw that I haven't been able to find. Jonsered CS2156, same as Husqvarna 357 XP. Very desirable saw. Get you guys in a little closer here. Initial first impressions is I knew it was a well-used saw, but overall it's not totally trashed. It does have the wrong handle. Somebody tried to retrofit an old Husqvarna handle, I guess, from a smaller saw on here. So I have found a good used handle for this saw, an original Jonsered handle. So it's being shipped out to me, so I'll have that in the next little while, and that'll be a separate video. I'll start going through this thing, and I already have they've got a pull handle or a starter handle from Husqvarna on here, which I mean is fine, it's functional, but I can get the black replacements for the actual Jonsered one. Like I say, that's the only thing that it needs right now that I know of is the handle to put it back correct, so to speak. So, but overall, these are, you know, they were not a very heavy power head. They were, you know, 57 cc or 56 point somewhat, which put them right at the 57 cc. There's also the safety throttle lock is missing on here, but I do have an old Jonsered dealer that I still work with. It used to be a dealer back in the day. He can still get parts for all these Jonsered saws. Are the last I think something like about a year ago, Husqvarna announced that they're pretty much all their Jonsered, they stopped selling. I mean, they stopped production, officially stopped production on Jonsered saws back in late 2017, early 2018, somewhere in there. At the time, they said the full parts availability they had no plans on stopping, you know, availability for parts. They announced that now they will no longer be selling any Jonsered. Husqvarna is not going to be selling any branded Jonsered merchandise or anything like that, and I think that's also starting to carry over now into some of their for the Jonsered like side covers and recoil covers, top covers, handlebars. When I phoned my dealer, I asked him if he could order me a new handlebar, and right now it shows as nothing in stock. So he's not sure if that means that they're not going to make them available again in the future, or they just totally are going to quit supporting parts availability. Now, it's not that certain parts aren't available for these. It'll just be color specific, like the fuel and oil caps, obviously like chain brake handles, handlebars, because they were very specific gas tanks because they're red in color.
As far as all the internal guts or the engine parts, they are exactly the same as the 357 XP. They're in that family or chassis of saws, and these are also the same, built on the same. The 2156 was the same chassis as the sister saw was the 2159, and Husqvarna's version of this or whatever was, of course, like I say, the 357 XP, and they also had the 359. They were all built on the same crankcase platform. These had this is the full-blown pro saw, so they had the crank stuffers in them, same as the 357 XP. The 2159 did not. That was just an open crank. So was the 359. That was their detuned version. But all the external plastics on like the 357, 359 shared all the external same handlebars and fuel tanks and all that. Jonsered, the 2156, 2159, same thing. All the external chassis parts were interchangeable. The internal guts of this, if you need they were pretty simple. They had the basic like 6202 C3 bearings you could get from SKF. Internal engine parts, they interchange between Husqvarna and Jonsered, of course, as they always did, and the same in their smaller saws. There was no difference there. You can keep these. You can keep these saws alive for a long time yet. There's no issue with as far as main parts like ignition coils and carburation and all your intake boot and all that, or whatever, on-off switches. It was all shared with Husqvarna. So it's just the external parts now are going to start getting harder to find for these. Like I say, handlebars, top covers, fuel tanks. Thank God there's websites like eBay, of course, or whatever. Like I say, not always the best deal on stuff, but you can find good used parts. And then there's a lot of times there's new old stock, brand new OEM parts that certain dealers are clearing out old stock, or when guys retire they sell off stuff. So parts availability will be around yet for a while. Like I say, I found like I say, this has the wrong. It's got a Husqvarna handlebar on. I knew it buying it or whatever. It was mentioned. So, anyways, I already got one on order. I found a good used one or whatever. Somebody had listed they had wrecked one of these saws and they had some parts, so I contacted them and made arrangements to have a handlebar shipped out to me. So anyways, so that'll be taken care of. And like I say, I got my dealer, he got me the throttle safety lock there, the dead man safety they call it, or whatever there, that he can still get. So I actually ordered a couple while they're still available, because this one needs one, and I have one other saw that's got a kind of a buggered up, not really buggered up, but kind of faded or whatever, and kind of looks crappy and scratched up. So we'll be swapping that out for the proper correct. This saw, I want to try and get it as close to keeping it all. Like I say, you can put the gray Husqvarna gas caps on. I can put the gray Husqvarna throttle trigger and the safety lock on it. It doesn't matter. It's functional. It'll work perfectly fine. But this one, because I've wanted one for so long, this has been the saw that has eluded me for over a decade. I finally got my hands on one, and I'm grateful to have one. I don't care if I have to tear it apart, rebuild it, do whatever, but I have one, and this is a actual 2156, not like some of them you'll see them, guys will take a 2159 or a 359 Husqvarna and they'll turn them into a 357 or a 2156. Because the crankcases and all the chassis was the same, you can change. The only difference is the porting in the cylinder. So you can make a 2159 into a 2156 or a 359 into a 357, but it's not a true, the serial number tag and plate or whatever are not, true to form, so to speak. So if you can find, and I finally found an actual real, factory original 2156. I know it doesn't look like much now, but with a good cleaning and going through, and it'll definitely see some use, but it won't be my daily user, just for the sake of, because I wanted one for so long. I'll be treating this one with kid gloves, so to speak. So anyways, folks, thanks for checking out this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you folks stopping by and checking out this video. So anyways, until the next one, take care.